And I told you, then you have cancer cells with no mutations. And then you have driver mutations in normal cells that never become cancer. You put all those things together, and you have to be a hopeless ideologue to think that cancer is a genetic disease. It's a silent assumption in the field that cancer is a genetic. Every textbook of biology, cell biology, and biochem, cancer is a genetic disease.
Why hasn't people's opinions changed despite the evidence that you present?
It's a very difficult thing. It goes back to when you have one theory replacing another theory. It's called paradigm shifts. And in history of science, paradigm shifts have been met with great resistance. The clearest one was the Copernican revolution, when for 1,800 years, astronomers in our early astronomers thought the Earth was immovable in the center of the solar system. For 1,000, this was Claudius Ptolemy, Aristotle, and the Bible, and all these. Earth is immovable, and the sun and the moon and the planets all revolve around the Earth. 1,800 years. Even Copernicus was working with these mathematical formulations. His Kepler was being constantly confused until he said, what happens if we put the sun in the center of the solar system and consider the Earth as simply another planet that would revolve? Oh, all of a sudden things started to make sense. And Giordano Bruno, a theologian, was put to death for suggesting that Copernicus was right. There was a tremendous resistance on the part of the Roman Catholic Church at that time. And this is the same thing that happened when Louis Pasteur said the germs, rather than bad air, are the cause of disease. So, and when Darwin Wallace theory of evolution came, it's not special creation, it's natural selection that can explain this. These were massive paradigm changes in the history of science. And what we're seeing today is the same thing. The mitochondria is the center of the problem with cancer, not the nucleus. The mitochondria, it's a mitochondrial metabolic disease. And once you realize that, we're going to drop these death rates massively in a number of years, for sure.
So if we take two paths then, if we realize that the mitochondria is the center of the dysfunction and ultimately disease in the cell,
yes.
If we go down that path, what impact do you think that will have on the cancer statistics over the coming years?
It'll drop it massively, okay? I'm not going to say we'll get rid of cancer completely.